Konnichiwa, Ohio gozaimasu. Welcome, rock stars, and all that you're coming to visit this channel of mine. Thank you. I'm stopping by. I'm going to do something a little different today. Basically, I'm going to go through. I'm going to call it Rax's Thrashes. It's basically the same, like similar to like news, like everyone else, but not just news in the sense of like what's going on with new memes and all stuff, because that's kind of cornered. I'm gonna kind of hit the more serious topics of what's going on today, as in like today, as in like right now today. And sometimes you may, I mean, for unlike like me, I don't really watch the news that much, and personally, I don't like going on, all the. I'm not going to mention the names, but the various news broadcasts, because a lot of them are one-sided, one way or the other. Personally, I'm like Joe Friday from the old detective movies. Just the facts, man. That's all I need. Anyways, without further ado, I'm going to go into what's going on today. I'll probably just do this maybe once a week, so it's not going to be a daily thing, because that'd be crazy talk. We're going to pay our respects to a wonderful comedian who has entertained us throughout the years, and I'll show you right here just a sample. Yes. Recently, Burt Reynolds died today. Looks like he passed away of a cardiac arrest. He's had a long career. Some of you may know him, like some of the old schoolers. I'm gonna pull up some of the things here, because obviously not everyone's gonna remember him the same way. But he's been an Archer. But I think one of the biggest things that a lot of people know for is Smoking the Bandit. Personally, I liked him in Cannonball Run. I used to watch that all the time. It's an old retro movie, Cannonball Run. It's basically about a race for money across in cars. Jackie Chan's in it before he became famous. There's all Sammy Davis Jr. There's all kinds of older celebrities at the time, but Jackie Chan wasn't even a celebrity, at least in the States, so it was kind of interesting to see him in that movie. I mean, this is like, so you should watch it just for the nostalgic, also for the cameos. I'm gonna go back to his very first entry. He was in a TV series called Flight in 1958. He's he's director, producer, done lots of different things. Let's see. Pony Express, Riverboat, Alfred Hitchcock. I'm just going to give you a summary of some of the stuff he's done. Ripcord, Route 66. This is when he was much younger. He was also in Twilight Zone. Gunsmoke. Wow, this is going way back. Things that you might know that he's in. He's in production called Everything You Always Wanted to Know About Sex But Were Afraid to Ask. I can see that. Burt Reynolds was also when he was in his younger day, he was kind of like a romantic idol at the time. Like a lot of girls would chase after him because of his looks. I'll show you a picture here. That's one of the older looks. And here, I think this is one of the earlier pictures when he was first started out acting. And let's see, what else? Okay, Smoking the Bandit, 1977. Probably one of the biggest movies that he's known for. Let's see, Hooper, Smoking the Bandit 2, Cannonball Run, like I mentioned before. He was also in The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. Stroker Ace, yeah, I remember that, Stroker Ace. More recent movies. Let's get to the recent stuff here. Let's see. Beverly Hills. I'm going to go into real recent, like millennial time recent. You see, the last movie is going to be released in 2019, it looks like. By the way, King of the Hill fans, he was in King of the Hill. MF Thatherton. Let's see. Waterproof, The Crew, Last Producer, blah, blah, blah. He's the type of guy recently that you'll recognize him and he'll show up in a lot of things, but it'll be like in the back of your mind. Like he's in Robot Chicken, the recent Dukes of Hazzard, or semi-recent, I should say. He's done a lot. But yeah, the last movie that he's in is going to be called Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It's still in process of filming, so they may do a workaround. The last one's completed. It's called Defining Moments, and that's 2018. So, pay respects to Burt Reynolds. You're very funny. He was kind of a comedic straight man, where he was kind of like the rough cowboy type, where he would have like a short temper attitude, but he was always hilarious, and he had that kind of humor where he's so serious, so when he's funny, it just kind of catches you off guard. And his laugh is just addictive. I'll show you a clip here. Yeah, what can I say? On to other things. Okay, unfortunately, not all news is it's kind of a tragic day today. There's also a shooting, 4 killed in a Cincinnati bank shooting, including the gunman himself. Happened earlier today. They still don't really have a motive on why, but it happened today, so it's still preliminary investigation. Yeah, so that. Yeah. As with every news website, everyone has their spin on it. I'm not going to spin one way or the other. Whatever your thoughts on that is, just going to report to you what I found. And unfortunately, in bigger news, there was a major earthquake in Hokkaido, Japan, that buried some homes and landslides. That's pretty. Yeah, I just see a picture. It looks like part of the mountainside just kind of crumbled under. I guess because of the structural, the soil structure underneath just kind of gave way and just spilled out all this dirt. Kind of just climbed over homes and lands and fields and such. There's a 6 point. Looks like it was reported as 6.7 on the Richter scale for magnitude. Cut power to about 3 million homes, and this was on the heels of a typhoon that was hitting Japan for the past few days. It's interesting to know, like being in the States, how we don't always see and hear some of these things. I know some of the Pokemon Go players were just in Japan recently, but I don't think they were affected by this, because I think they, if I know correctly, they have already left. I believe they left at the end of the month. Yeah, it's just like the streets are flooded, cars are floating down, houses are collapsed. If you don't know, Hokkaido is like the northern island with Sapporo and Ebira. That's, you have Japan proper, and then you have the northern island. In unrelated news, or kind of related news, that the Nintendo Direct for the Switch, the release of the online connections that will pretty much put the Switch in the mainstream in a sense of like streaming and connectivity content. That's been delayed due to the earthquake as well. I mean, obviously they got bigger priorities than gaming at the moment. They got to take care of the situation, and just reach out with all our thoughts and prayers and hopes, and just know that I'm just going to report what happened. There's going to be some relief efforts coming soon, obviously, for that. There's a lot of stuff going on. It's funny in a strange way how things kind of cascade like this in the same day. Well, in other news, Yeah, just there's a lot of talk about well, American football, but that's specifically America, and that's I won't get into that specifically because that's something that if you want to trend or research yourself, which you probably already do. Anyways, that's my little Thursday thrash day, talking about just thrashing out the news and just talking about what's going on. Tell me what you think. If you have any famous Burt Reynolds clips that you like to share, if you want to give your some condolence notices out for people in Japan, I will try to find a resource to send it out to. So for now, I'll just leave it to that. This is kind of new to me. I decided to try something different. Tell me what you think. If you like this, good. If you think it's kind of, I can read the news myself, or if you think like, hey, it's great to hear the news without actually having all the commentary. Because to tell you what, a lot of these websites, I almost said them, but I'm not going to. But they say the news, they tell you what's going on, but then they wrap it around their commentary in such a way that they try to influence you. Like they may say, oh, this is what's going on, but this is what we think is going on, or this is how we feel this is actually being represented, or this is, and they take the textual fact and put it in their own context, and then they try to sway you through your political beliefs if you're one way or the other. Like, oh, because we associate with this political system, we're gonna package it this way so it appeals to you, and that's kind of like a underhanded marketing for that. And I feel if you're truly giving the news, you shouldn't market it at all. You should just say, this is what happened, this is where it happened, when it happened, and then go on to the next thing. Let people do what they want to do about that information. Let them decide themselves. Don't try to control how other people feel and think. Just report the news. So tell me what you think. If you think there's something I can improve in this, switch it up. Maybe add some music or put some, I don't want to, I'll put like a soft soundtrack in the back, but it's not going to be anything great because I don't want this to be about news. I don't want it to be about like, now, of course, intro and outro is going to be the same, but it's going to be more just about what I'm saying, not about all the snazz, bells, and whistles. I mean, if you guys think that I could add more of that stuff to it, that's why I kind of put the stuff on the screen kind of blank, because I don't want it to be about one specific thing. It's just commentary about the news. And I'll probably try to do this every Thursday. Like I'm going to do the IMDb's on Sundays. I got to do that for the 14th. Anyways, thank you for stopping by. If you like and you enjoy the channel, you enjoy the chatter, leave a comment, say hi, tell me where you're from, tell me what you think about things I talk about, or maybe there's other news that I'm not even aware of, and I could put in the next one. And if you're new, subscribe, say hi, talk to your fellow commentators, and we're all trying to grow and get bigger and better and all that stuff. So I hope to hear from you. Take care and peace.